Today on Cinder's Playground, I'm going to tell you my favorite top 10 N64 games. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Cinder's Playground. Today, doing something a little bit different. I am flying solo, but hopefully you guys still will enjoy the content. As I mentioned, I am talking about my favorite top 10 N64 games. Now, I'll be honest, I am not a huge Nintendo guy. Um, I want to say, yeah, the 64 was the last Nintendo console I bought. I haven't bought anything after that. So, definitely a nostalgic trip for me. Looking back on these games and stuff, man. And yeah, let's see if you guys agree with me. Well, I know you won't agree with me, but see if we have similar favorites, if you will. So, starting off at number 10, I have Mario Kart 64. This was developed by Nintendo and released in 1996. This is just a fun party game, and like I said, the Mario Kart series is still going strong. So, like I said, it's universally loved franchise, and like I said, I love the Mario Kart games, man. It's fun as shit, man. So definitely fun times right there. Number 9, I have Donkey Kong 64. Released in 1999 and developed by Rare, this popular gorilla made its way onto the N64, following its 2D predecessors on the Super NES, and it did Rare did an excellent job making the transition from 2D to 3D on the 64. Like I said, I had just as much fun on um, Donkey Kong 64 as I did at Donkey Kong Country, which I played the hell out of, But no, they did a good job, man. Rare is like I said, one of the better studios, in my opinion. Sorry for my voice. I'm still battling this cold as I record this. So yeah, my voice might sound a little weird. So bear with me, please. All right, moving on. Number 8, I have Killer Instinct Gold, man. Released in 1997 and developed by Rare again. This fighter was something totally different than what we were used to from the likes of Street Fighter and Fatal Fury at the time. This 3D fighter looked amazing and had insane combos if you were skilled enough to pull them off. And and I'm a fan of this series, and I hope someday in the future we can get a new installment of this great fighting franchise. But yeah, Killer Instinct, man. Like I said, you know, uh really, really love this, fighting game. I mean, I love fighting games in general, but this one, like I said, totally different and definitely unique characters and unique art style. And like I said, I just loved it all around, man. Like I said, give us another one, Rare, or somebody else pick it up, pick the license and do it, man. Would love to see a Killer Instinct one. Okay, moving on. Number 7, and I know I'll probably get a catch a lot of flack for this, but my list, and this is my choices and my taste. But number 7, I have GoldenEye. Released in 1997 and developed by Rare, again, this iconic shooter, praised for its gunplay and fun factor, is just a standout on the 64 console. And before we had Halo LAN parties, there were Golden Eye parties, man. And I was a part of it. I was part of the hype, man. Going over to friend's house and just plugging up that 64, man. And then the four controllers going and just, you know, uh, four window split screen, man. Good times, good times, good times. But yeah, Golden Eye, uh, classic, and yeah, and I know there's a remake for you Switch owners. So if you wasn't worried about that, it's out there. Now moving on, kind of in the same realm. Number 6, I have Doom 64. This was released in 1997 and developed by Midway and published by Bethesda Softworks. This first person shooter legacy is still going on strong today with the last two installments, Doom and Doom Eternal, which I fucking love those games. And I'm glad Nintendo decided to put this on their 64 console because, as we know, Nintendo is kind of shy away from the grittier games. So the fact that they put Doom on here, thumbs up for me, man. I am a Doom fan, and I played every one. And this one is just as good as most of them are. Doom 64, like I said, really loved it, man. Like I said, but this wasn't my first actually interaction with Doom. See, I played Doom on the PlayStation, Doom 1, and that game is just fond memories of those late nights, lights off, playing Doom. Oh man, takes me back. Good stuff. But now, moving on to number 5, I have Shadows of the Empire. Released in 1998 and developed by LucasArts, this Star Wars expanded universe story. Scratch that itch us Star Wars fans had for a nice Star Wars adventure game, man. Because this has been years after Return of the Jedi, so we were looking for something. We need something, man. But LucasArts delivered with this N64 classic, in my opinion. Wouldn't definitely not mind seeing a remake of this on any console, man. Like I said, I am. If you follow the channel, I'm a Star Wars fan. And especially Star Wars adventure games. God, I love KOTOR. I love The Force Unleashed, and even Jedi Survivor, man. Like I said, all good stuff, man. And I'm a little iffy about this new Star Wars Outlaws coming out, so I'll have to see and see. From what I'm seeing so far, doesn't look like it's something I will be interested in, but we'll see. But yeah, Shadows of the Empire. Oh, so good, man. One of my favorite Star Wars. Excuse me. One of my favorite Star Wars games, hands down. Next, oh man. Okay, number 4. I have a 2-for-1 because they were kind of the same game, but I wanted to mention both of them. But I have WWF No Mercy and WCW NWO Revenge. Now, I was a bigger wrestling fan back in this era because this is where wrestling was just like hot, man. It was on everything, man. Saw people in the streets wearing wrestling tees, man. People talking about the schools, doing the signs, the sayings, and everything, man. So not so much now. I honestly I just watch YouTube for like wrestling news more so than I watch the actual matches. That's how much I'm invested in wrestling nowadays. But anyway, No Mercy was developed by Ikai Corporation. It's AKI Corporation. I'm gonna just say that. And it's published by THQ. Released in 2000. This is one of the greatest wrestling games ever. Period. uh It's so good that I have been thinking off and on probably the better part of 2 years of buying an N64 just to play these games again. That's how impactful and great they are, you know. And of course, I have to mention its predecessor, WCW NWO Revenge, which was released in 1998, and it was the same team um, bringing this WCW roster to life with excellent mechanics and gameplay, and why both games stands the test of time and is held as two of the greatest wrestling games, best wrestling games ever made. And I totally agree with that, man. Man, wrestling game at its finest right here with these two entries. So, yes. All right, top three. Now, number three, I have The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, held as one of the greatest N64 games by many. This Nintendo developed game is a masterpiece. Only reason why it's not number one on my list is because it was very frustrating at times for me, where the next two entries were just all around fun, enjoyable games. Okay. Let me know in the comments. Did you like Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask? Which one would you like better? Um, Now, going on number two, I have Super Smash Brothers. Released in 1999, this Nintendo beat 'em up was a fun, just all around fun party game you had with your friends and group gatherings, man. And it was just one of those games, man. Just you and your boys, sitting around, 4-player controllers, man, and just beating the shit out of each other, man, with cool characters, iconic characters, man, and it was just good times, man. Just good times, man. And like I said, and this is another franchise, man, that if I were to buy a Nintendo console, this would probably be my first purchase is Smash, because I know they have Ultimate Smash now. Um, but yeah, if I did buy a Switch, that would probably be my first game purchase. Would be Ultimate Smash. Yeah, great series, great game, and like I said, one of the best on the 64. Now, number one on Cinder's favorite N64 games, I have Mario 64. Developed by Nintendo and released in 1996. If I had to guess, I have this. I played Mario 64 the most on my N64. I put the most hours into Mario 64 out of all the games I've played on my N64, even more than the wrestling. So that is a testament to how much I was into this game and how not only fun it is, but how intriguing it was and how I kept wanting to move forward and go farther and get to that end. Um, yeah, it's a landmark game, and to me, it's one of the best three Mario games ever made, in my opinion. Um, I probably should do that. Let me know the list. Tell me in the comments. Would you guys like me to do a top 10 Super Mario video? Let me know in the comments for sure. But yeah, I didn't want to make this too terribly long. Like I said, it's just me playing solo today. Um, but I figured, like I said, do something different and because I really don't talk about Nintendo that much, but back in the day, I did have a 64, I had a Super NES, and I had an NES. So like I said, it's not totally foreign to me. I know the characters or the iconic series that this console holds. So yeah, so I figured I would just share, like I said, my N64 memories, because out of the systems I've had, I've probably had the most fun with the 64. So there you go. So thank you for listening to me geek out and reminisce about the N64 days. Um, I am Cinder. If you want, you can contact me on Instagram at Cinder666. I post about my very YouTube channel, upcoming episodes, and just cool shit I found on the internet. Mostly geeky news and shit like that. And also post food shit because I'm kind of a foodie too. So yeah, find me over there. And also you can drop me a comment on the bottom here on the video. Like I said, tell me what is your favorite N64 game, and do you still have yours? Like I said, I've been thinking off and on about buying one just to play those wrestling games, but I don't know. This year I might do that, man. You know. But yeah, so if you made it this far, made it all the way to the end, thank you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, man. Like I said, I do all kinds of shit on here. I do top tens, I do food reviews, I do video game play. And like I said, and I do vlogs as well. So come 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 over and play with me in my playground. We have fun over here. Like I said, I'm trying to build this community. It's very fun, positive place, man. And like I said, there's more to come in 2024. But yeah, subscribe, like, share, and I am Cinder. Until next time, I will talk to you guys later.